Most lives aren't destroyed by one single catastrophic event. They crumble slowly, piece by piece, under the weight of tiny things we choose to ignore every single day. These are the habits, the people, and the emotions that silently drain your confidence, cloud your clarity, and sabotage your future. This is what psychologists call the silent collapse. Your life falls apart so quietly, you don't even notice until it's too late. The longer you let these 5 anchors weigh you down, the deeper their roots grow, making it almost impossible to break free. So, let's cut them loose, starting now. First, the energy vampires and boundary breakers. Your brain is hardwired for something called psychological mirroring. It literally mirrors the emotional state of the people you're around. When you're surrounded by negativity, drama, and constant complaints, your brain is forced into survival mode. It's exhausting. You need people who don't make your life feel heavier. But this isn't just about the people you see in person. Extend this boundary to your digital life. Those endless, draining group chats, mute them. The energy vampires on your social media feed who do nothing but complain. Unfollow or mute them. Protect your digital space as fiercely as you protect your physical space. Second is the trap of avoidance anxiety, what most of us just call procrastination. This isn't laziness. Procrastination is your brain trying to avoid a task that feels overwhelming or emotionally uncomfortable. But here's the dangerous part. Every time you delay, you destroy a tiny piece of self-trust. You're teaching your brain that avoiding a challenge is safer than facing it. A major fuel for this is perfectionism. We're so afraid of not doing it perfectly that we don't do it at all. The antidote? Embrace the idea of good enough. Start with a shitty first draft. Just get something down. Progress, not perfection, is what breaks the cycle. Third, the overload of clutter, both physical and digital. A messy room, a cluttered desk. These things do more than just look bad. They measurably increase cortisol, your body's stress hormone, and they overload your working memory. A messy environment directly leads to a messy mind, constantly pulling your attention in a dozen different directions. But let's talk about the modern version of this, the digital clutter tax. That overflowing email inbox, the constant barrage of notifications, a desktop so messy you can't find anything. Each one is a tiny mental weight. Aiming for something like inbox 0 isn't just about organization, it's about reclaiming your mental space. The fourth anchor is the conditional love trap, better known as people-pleasing. This habit is almost always rooted in a deep-seated fear of rejection, often learned in childhood when love felt conditional. You learned that to be accepted, you had to be what others wanted you to be. The more you try to be everything for everyone, the more you lose your own identity and your boundaries crumble. The solution isn't to become selfish, it's to practice radical honesty. Be honest with yourself and others about your capacity, your needs, and your priorities. Saying no might cause a moment of social discomfort, but saying yes when you mean no causes long-term self-betrayal. Finally, the fifth and heaviest anchor, unprocessed emotional debt. The sadness, the anger, the resentment you never dealt with, it doesn't just disappear. It hides. It embeds itself in your decisions, your reactions, and your confidence. Avoiding emotional pain doesn't make it weaker, it makes it stronger, giving it control over you from the shadows. Healing is your responsibility, but that doesn't mean you have to face it all at once. Try micro-dosing discomfort. Commit to just 5 minutes a day of focused journaling or quiet, mindful reflection. Ask yourself, what am I feeling right now and why? By facing these feelings in small, manageable doses, you slowly but surely break their power over you. Ignoring even one of these 5 anchors is already shaping a negative future for you. The damage builds quietly, but it accelerates rapidly. The good news is, the moment you decide to cut these anchors loose, your life doesn't just improve. It fundamentally changes direction. Don't wait for one day to start, because too late always arrives much, much faster than you think. Thanks for watching.